All right. Elite spec with Void Eye. Definitely not taking that. Looks horrible here. I have to go for the Saber, but it's pure garbage. Supply spec. I don't know. I think we have to go for the supply spec, even though the Saber is garbage. Just that the Saber Tooth spec is just like it's something we never would even use a little bit. Let's see here. It's gonna be Fang, or is it gonna be? Ideally, I like to get the hounds out right now, but I mean, these guys can fly, and hounds don't do well into this. So, could just go for more Arclights, but maybe that's not the greatest idea here. Safe play is just the crawler. I think that's what we do. Something like this is okay. What about this? This is good too, except for I want to move this up a little bit. Maybe a little bit too, like, maybe a little bit too kind of far apart here. The only thing is I don't want this guy to kind of be... I want this guy to be in front. So not sure how to play this here. I think this might be okay, just like this. Alright, they're not flying yet. By the way, this guy Jay Schultz, he was one of the more easier guys that we played with, but last time we played with him, he did win. He's an amazing trash talker. So we're going to expect to see trash talk either way, whether he wins or loses. I think he's the most notorious trash talker, I think, in from our recollection. Just gonna skip here. Maybe we delay the Phantom Ray, or maybe we just go straight into it. None of these are good. So we'll skip here. And I mean, he might go flying, but then we'll just go Phantom Ray right now. Right? Is there any other play except for Phantom Rays right now? I don't think so. And do we ever go for like a defense? So this is 1400. It's gonna three-shot us anyways. Unless he gets the attack upgrade, which is not likely to. So I think we just save the money here. Alright, still everything's on the ground. And now he might start being like, oh no. Didn't want to see you. It's nice to play against the it's nice to play against the Void Ray, because it's gonna be Void Eye versus Phantom Ray. So I hope he goes Void Ray, because that would be the experiment that we all need to see here, is what wins. I hope that he can go for he can do his job here. Hounds are interesting. Vulcans are better though than Hound. Wasps are going to be amazing to what we have. We're not going to go Wasp. We're just going to go for this for sure. Now we get the fire for free. This goes 8. This goes 6. So I'm happy with it like this. And I just want to click this oil right away. And maybe just get one, like kind of one more. Something like this, I think is fine. This guy already goes here. This guy can kind of go both there and here. Maybe it's just better like this. 150. I don't think we do anything. Maybe we go for like a chaff somewhere, but it's not going to be amazing to go chaff when we have the fire. Might want to get the defense. Might want to float. Probably not float. Let's see. Let's just get the defense here. Goes for the wasp, which is expected. We're not going to go any more phantom rays. We only have the phantom ray for the oil. Looks like we might need another. Right. So here starts the trash talking. All right. Let's see, what else do we do? Mass produce overlord is amazing for him. Do we ever go into that ourselves is the question? I don't think so, not right now. We're gonna have to go into boats. I mean, we're gonna have to go into like some kind of fort AA, I think here. So we're just gonna skip this. Maybe put a shield on this guy. Not a bad value, but could be too much money. Kind of don't know what else to do though. Like we need to go Fort A right now, I think. Right? What if he goes boats? Then we have to go Phoenix. So it might be interesting to just see what he's gonna do. So we'll click this. We'll upgrade this guy. Maybe just grab another one. Put him like here somewhere or here. And don't want to do anything more into these guys. We can get Phoenixes either way. Right, Phoenixes are going to be good unless he goes into the boats. So it's kind of unsure what we do here. But wouldn't mind just getting one Phoenix. This is starting to not be so worth it for the money. So maybe we sell out, but maybe it's still good. Maybe we just go for the attack. All right, so we see the boat, which makes us less likely to go into the Fort A. It's got to be the mass-produced boat, right? Okay. Straight up with the high explosive right away. But he's got the right counter. He's learned how to counter this. Before he was just like, not sure what he was doing, but it was like really bad. I'm glad we went for the Phoenix now after seeing this, but he's got options to go with either more Phoenix or with more boats. So we're gonna have to be ready for both options. I think just the Mustang is gonna be good enough in case he commits. There, never mind. Is that 4 rounds? Holy crap, I don't think we've ever won in 4 rounds. I think it was just a little bit too much. You had to unlock that, and it would have worked, maybe, if he continued, and the Phoenix maybe did something. But yeah, we took a bad specialist, but we did get a lucky drop. Didn't sell out of anything. He was selling out. And yeah, I'd like to see how that would have went. I mean, obviously the Overlord is the better play long term, but he just didn't have time to go into it. And he was also selling out of the Void Eye, which kind of just shows that it's not the greatest unit to be going into. All right, let's just take a look from his perspective. This is a very good card, but we cannot afford it right now, so we skip. Selling out of the single Void Eye also didn't do him any good. So we'll probably click both of these techs, but let's just see how much money we have. We might only be able to click the this tech first. Maybe we just borrow, or I mean, there's nothing here that needs the range, right? So we don't even need to borrow. Just go like this, and let's go for the maybe oil on his side too. But like, what really does he have that's oil? Not much, but it's just better to oil than not to oil, I think. Keep his units a little bit further back. Okay. Maybe the oil needed to be a little wider here, but we do capture this guy. Okay, so the oil does connect here with everything. Everything should die here. He's the only thing left is the Phoenix, so this has to be the better play, I think. So really for us, I mean, that Phoenix might have been a mistake, because now what do we do if he does this? Right? I mean, this is the most sensible play. Obviously, maybe, you know, he gets the card, but he saves it. But we should have calculated it wouldn't have worked for him, like, on the first round. So the Phoenix was probably a mistake on our end. We needed to go boats right away. But then let's see what happens if we go boats. So I mean, forts. So what happens if we go forts? All right. Let's just skip this item. So we have to, you know, we don't even have the money to go forts. Maybe we can get one, but I think we need more than one here. So we need to borrow as well. Click this. I don't even think we borrowed that other round here, so perhaps, you know. All right, 50 left over. We'll just upgrade this. We'll see how this works. I'm not sure if this even wins against the mass wasp. It should. Interestingly, we do like 35% damage just from that volley. So maybe this is the correct play, because this also does a lot of damage to the boat. All right, interesting. So I guess the fort is semi-okay against low-level boats. We still are able to win the game, but we did have to borrow there. All right, so maybe this is the best play, but it's kind of a huge commitment. Like you think overlords are better, but I mean, these guys do 900 damage, 16 missiles, so if they all hit, they're almost, you know, they're almost killing the overlord. It's just what happens when they get level 2, level 3, then the missiles start doing less and less. And the other thing is, what you kind of want sometimes is you want the Mustangs to go behind the fortresses. So generally speaking, I think the fortress play may not be the best option. I think it's usually just Mustangs. And we'll click range first, get another one. And we just leave them behind here. Something like this. And we just go from there. Now the Mustangs will clear up the Wasps. They're not going to do amazing into the Overlords, but the point is, like, you have the forts in front, right? And that's the best answer to mass Wasp. But what happens if he goes Mass Overlord? Then you kind of just want Phoenixes, right? So then this still helps because he has Wasps, and this did a lot of damage. All right, so maybe this is the better play. But I was thinking, well, you know, you can get oiled. A lot of bad stuff could happen when you go Mustangs, especially when you're dishing out the fire. You know, he just puts an oil right here, you know, and then, you know, your Mustangs on this side burn. So it's kind of awkward. I much prefer the Typhoon. So maybe the Phoenix was like the worst play. You know, it was like it was anticipating the Overlord, but see, against the Overlord, since he already has the Wasp, you kind of need either the Fort AA right away or the Mustang. The Mustang is just way cheaper to get into, right? And then you can go, Phoenixes like here after you have something to deal with the Wasp. I was just kind of worried about the Tarantula, to be honest, because you know the Tarantula kind of kills this, but maybe 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 that was kind of just like too, you know, shouldn't have been scared of it. So I think this is the best play for us, and this probably almost wins against the 5 Wasps. The fort is interesting. I think the fort, you can come out with the forts if he keeps committing into it. And then you could also go the Phoenixes, you know, to deal with this. The fort also goes well into the Tarantulas. So I'm not sure if my analysis is correct here. You know, is the Mustang the best play here? I think so. How good is the Phoenix? Phoenix might be the worst play because it's only good into the Overlord, but you have nothing to clear out the Wasp, right? So I was thinking originally, well, we could build the Phoenix in case he goes for the Overlord. We're gonna go Fort AA right away. The Fort AA is gonna clear out maybe the Wasp, but then not really, because he's still gonna have like random Wasps coming in that we still need to have at least like 2 Mustangs, just kind of killing off one or two straight Wasps. Otherwise, you know, the stuff can't lock in. The Phoenix kids can't lock on. So maybe this is the best play. Maybe the Phoenix is the second best play, just because it's only 50 costs on lock. It's not the greatest play. Maybe the Fort is the worst play. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe the Fort is the second best play. It's just that you're paying 200. We got the drop already. So this was round 4, so it's 5, 6, or 7, so it's 33%. I just didn't think we had the time, right? Like to necessarily, I don't know. All right, guys. Hopefully that was fun. This might be the first game that we end in 4 rounds. See you in the next one. All right, we're gonna take a look at one more thing here. Because the Void Eye was part of this game, I think it makes sense to see like if the Void Eye could have been a unit that could have been played here. So we got the Wasp on the previous round. Oops. I think we need to switch the player. So we got the Wasps on the previous round. I don't think we could have done too much. What did we do on the round 3? We just got the Wasp. All right, so how much damage do we do here? We do 1600. So let's take a look at this in a couple different ways here. So I think the Wasp is decent here. We don't need to, let's try it without selling anything. Let's just go into the air and just keep going more of these guys. So and maybe just go for another Wasp, or so this is the 1400. We need to go for an attack upgrade. So maybe just one more of these guys. Let's put them behind the the tarantulas because apparently they're good behind the tarantula. So let's see how this goes. This was what I was expecting to see. Kind of sad that we didn't get to see this. Wasps kind of tank for the Phantom Rays. Still not going to be enough, but we don't lose 1500. Okay, so we lose 320, which is already amazing. Is there a way we could kind of like just forget the Wasp, or maybe the Hound with the Extinguisher? But I mean, that's going to change things too much. Maybe we just sell out of something like this. Get this Phoenix. We just sell out of it. And I wonder if there's any other technology we can go for on this Void Eye. We have 200 left over, which we're not sure what to do with. 1581, so that's 31. Definitely two shots in, unless we get the attack upgrade. Can't get any more units. Let's just see if we borrow, maybe. Can we do something? Can we get the attack here? But that's kind of... we would never go for this, right? Alright, I don't know. Go for the attack. Let's go for the speed. Let's just see, like, if this does anything. I don't think we need the range. Maybe this moves too full fast. Yeah, they're 11 now, so maybe this is gonna start dying before for our other stuff. Yeah, so maybe that's not good. Maybe we try this without the speed. I think we just do this. We'll borrow this time. We'll go flying. Still go for the attack, but maybe we don't go for the second attack. I think we might want to have the wasps more here because we have something like in front. Go for range, of course. These guys are going to go to 3600. We're not going to be able to one-shot them, even with the upgrade, so we might as well just click this. Pretty much the same thing we did originally, except for we had the two wasps here, and we click borrow. Yeah, so it looks like that the Void Eyes are a little too forward. But we should be able to win this nonetheless. I think it's just a positioning problem. Like, the Wasps need to be in front of the Void Eyes, if you think about it. So we're able to win here. Alright, so how can we position this? And maybe we don't even need to borrow. I think borrowing is a little bit too much here. Go for the Wasp. Probably put them way closer. These guys just upgrade to flying. It's a very cheap cost if it's just, you know, if it's just going to go flying. Have them spread out. Get another one here. And we need to have the wasps very close. 16. This is like 11. Yeah, so Maybe like this. Maybe like this and this. Think this is okay. Maybe a little too far forward, but I don't know. Better safe than sorry, right? Just one square back. Alright, so the wasps are now in front, I think. Let's make sure the void eyes don't die. So the void eyes are safe here. Fortunately, we still lose this side, but we're kind of strong on this side, and that's by design. We should be able to still win. With aerial spec, this would be a massacre, I think. So we'll go for the aerial spec. We'll borrow for it. Temp range, flyer. All right. Okay, the Wops are moving forward. Aerial spec, they're doing a lot better. Fire comes down, which I think helps the opponent here. So this is the game I wanted to see. I wanted to see this because we might see this composition more if you start with Void Eyes. I mean, it's a victory of like 600 compared to losing 1500, so it's not bad. It's a swing of 2000. And this last round, obviously, you know, he went for the boat. Let's try it again with the Void Eye. See, can we like kind of make something happen here with the Void Eyes? So I think we still want to have this for sure. It's aerial spec. Range is interesting, but it's kind of expensive. We might need it just to stay out of the distance because our wasps are so far back. So maybe we do go for that range. And we don't have that much now. We can only go for 3 Void Eyes. All right. So this is the question is the Void Eye better than Mass Wasp? And I don't think so, but we'll get to see here. Fortunately, the Void Eyes are getting targeted despite them having the range. And then that comes from the positioning of the Wasps. But now the Wasps are making their way in there. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to win because of this super heavy fortified thing here. It's locked on to the wrong target. Quite close. Almost can take this guy out. Okay. So still not great. What about like a mix between like wasps and these guys? And we try to make them like the wasps kind of. We'll go aerial spec again on the wasps, and we'll just kind of put them here so they can kind of block. Guess we have to go range, so it's gonna be another. It's only gonna be one more unit here. So I guess it has to be a wasp. Maybe it makes sense like this. I mean, these wasps are only here just to protect the Void Eyes. So this should still win, I think. And hopefully, like, the late wasps come in. Like, and, you know, they will lock onto the correct target, I think, now. It's probably not as good as just pure wasp. But since he already has the void eyes, why not just spend 150? So the main, we know we win. The main question is how much did these void eyes do? 20,000, 24,000, 9,000. So that's, it's not, it's base, it's a little bit less than the wasps are doing. But for the value, it's kind of incredible because they're only half the cost. I guess this void eye didn't do enough because probably got killed too quickly. That's interesting. I mean, for the money, it's a better, you know, it's better to go void eye. So I wonder if the combination, I wonder if like would be really good to go into this. But then again, like why wouldn't you just go pure wasp? What advantages does void have? Well, void maybe mixing it in, it kind of like it can kill more stuff on the ground, whereas the wasps kind of will get slowed down by the stuff on the ground, right? Maybe the DPS is just superior, so it might be good into like the stuff like the Vulcan. That being said, I think we did more damage with just pure wasp here, because with these guys you're trying to fight on the ground where the air battle is still going, and you know, maybe these guys are a little bit too forward. Maybe that's why as well. Whereas the wasps are just fighting only the air. After they win the air, then they clean up the ground. So maybe you don't want to be fighting Vulcans with the Void Eye. You want to be fighting Phantom Rays. And I think the problem is the Void Eye does not have the anti-air technology. The anti-air technology is just the best thing since sliced butter. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.